The devil tried to destroy you, but God protected you. Listen to me, you should be dead by now. Everything was set against you. The world didn't want you to make it. The haters, the doubters, the cowards, they all stood in the shadows, waiting for you to fall. They spoke your name with venom, betting against you, laughing at your struggle. The devil, oh, he tried. He came at you with everything he had: pain, betrayal, heartbreak, loss. He whispered in your ear late at night, telling you to quit, to walk away, to let the darkness consume you. He sent storms to break you, snakes to betray you, demons to haunt you. And yet here you are. You're still breathing, still standing, still fighting. That alone should terrify your enemies. Because if everything that was designed to destroy you failed, that means you are more powerful than you even realize. That means God had his hands on you. That means there is a fire inside you that no storm could put out, no enemy could silence, no betrayal could kill. But here's the truth, you are not done yet. Surviving is not enough. Breathing is not enough. Just existing is not enough. You weren't just meant to make it out alive. You were meant to rise, to dominate, to take back everything the enemy stole from you. But let me tell you something. The battle isn't over. The war is still raging. The devil is still coming. And if you stay weak, if you stay comfortable, if you keep making excuses, you will fall. You will break. You will lose everything. God didn't protect you just so you could sit in mediocrity. He didn't pull you out of the fire just for you to crawl back into the ashes. He saved you because you have unfinished business. So tell me, what are you going to do about it? Will you rise? Will you fight? Or will you let the same enemy that failed to kill you before come back and finish the job? Because this is war. And in war, there are only two choices: fight or die. The LA believe the devil tried to destroy you, but God protected you. You tell yourself you're doing enough, that you're trying, that you're fighting. Lies. You're not doing enough, you know it. Deep down, you know it. You've been moving, but you haven't been pushing. You've been existing, but you haven't been dominating. You say you're tired. You say life is unfair. You say people have done you wrong. Shut up. Life has been hard, good. That means you're still in the fight. That means you're still breathing. That means you still have a chance. But instead of taking that pain and turning it into power, what have you done? You've wasted time. You've played the victim. You've let weakness crawl into your mind and convince you that you're stuck, that this is just how life is, that success, greatness, transformation, it's for other people. Lies. Every single excuse you've whispered to yourself in the dark, every reason why you can't rise, why you can't break through, why you can't be who you were meant to be, it's all a lie. You tell yourself, I don't have enough time, but you waste hours scrolling, complaining, doubting. I don't have the right people around me, but you surround yourself with cowards and energy leeches. I don't have the money, the connections, the luck, but you ignore the fact that power is built, not given. The truth is, it's not your circumstances holding you back. It's you. You've been waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right motivation. Let me tell you something, there is no perfect moment. Nobody is coming to save you. God protected you, but he won't carry you. He gave you another chance, but he won't walk the road for you. The devil tried to destroy you and he failed. But if you don't wake up, if you don't fight back, you will destroy yourself. Look in the mirror. That's your real enemy. It's not your past. It's not your trauma. It's not the people who betrayed you. It's the version of you that keeps making excuses. The version of you that stays comfortable. If you don't kill that version of yourself, you will never become who you were meant to be. Because the war isn't won in the world. It's won in your mind. Right now you are either training for victory or preparing for defeat. And if you don't change, if you don't let go of the lies, the excuses, the weakness, you will lose. You will look back on your life one day, full of regret, full of what ifs, full of wasted potential. And that is worse than death. So I'll ask you again, what are you going to do about it? Because the time for talking is over. The time for war has begun. The raw truth, the dower to destroy you. But God protected you. Let's drop the act. Let's strip away the lies. Here's the raw, brutal truth. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares about your pain. Nobody's going to hand you a damn thing. The world, it doesn't owe you a single breath. You want success? Earn it. You want respect? Take it. You want to break free from the chains holding you back? Then stop waiting for someone to unlock them and tear them off yourself. Because right now, you are not where you need to be. Look around you. Look at your life. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you fought for? Or have you settled? Have you let life beat you into submission? Because that's what the world does. It breaks people. It takes dreamers and turns them into cowards. It takes warriors and buries them in mediocrity. And the ones who fail, they always have the same pathetic excuses. Life was unfair. I had it harder than others. I tried my best, but it wasn't enough. Shut that down. You think the warriors before you had it easy. You think the champions, the legends, the ones who refused to be broken, you think they didn't suffer. They bled. They fell. They lost everything. But they kept going. And that's the difference. That's what separates the kings from the slaves, the warriors from the weak. The ones who dominate from the ones who are forgotten. Because life is war. Every single day you are either conquering or you are being conquered. There is no middle ground. There is no safe zone. You are either fighting for your future or you are surrendering to your failures. You say you want success. Then where is your discipline? Where is your hunger? Where is your obsession? Because let me tell you something, dreams don't mean anything without sacrifice. And most of you haven't sacrificed enough. You hold on to your comforts, your distractions, your addictions. You waste time, you waste energy, you waste potential. And you wonder why you're stuck. Wake up. You are not stuck because life is unfair. You are stuck because you haven't been willing to suffer for what you say you want. And that's the truth you don't want to hear. You pray for a breakthrough, but are you willing to bleed for it? You say you want to change, but are you willing to kill your old self to do it? Because transformation isn't pretty. It isn't comfortable. It's pain. It's suffering. It's war. And until you embrace that, until you choose the fire, choose the struggle, choose the battle, you will never rise. You will never become the warrior you are meant to be. So tell me, are you willing to suffer for your greatness? Or are you just another coward pretending you want it? Because the choice is yours, and the clock is ticking. The consequence of weakness. The devil tried to destroy you, but God protected you. Let me paint you a picture of your future if you don't change. Not the fantasy you keep feeding yourself. Not the version where everything magically works out. Not the version where you find your purpose without putting in the work. No, I'm talking about the real future. The one that's coming for you if you keep playing small. The one where you wake up one day years from now and realize you wasted your life. Think about that. Let it sink in. Because that's exactly where you're headed if you don't snap out of this weak, excuse-filled, lazy mindset. You think time is on your side. It's not. Every day you waste, every opportunity you ignore, every moment you spend making excuses instead of making progress, it's all adding up. And before you know it, you'll be too damn old to do anything about it. And the worst part, you won't have anyone to blame but yourself. You'll look in the mirror and see a broken version of who you could have been. A shell, a ghost, someone who had fire once but let it burn out. Because that's what happens to the weak. They get forgotten. They get replaced. They get buried under the weight of their own regrets. And when that moment comes, when you finally wake up and realize you let life beat you, it will be too late. Nobody will care about what you could have been. Nobody will feel sorry for you. Nobody will listen to your stories of almost. Nobody will respect the man who had potential but never used it, because the world only respects one thing: results. And if you don't have them, if you don't build something with your life, if you don't fight for your purpose, you are nothing. A statistic. A footnote. Another forgotten soul who had a chance but threw it away. Is that how you want to be remembered? As the person who almost did something great? As the one who had the fire but let it die? If you don't wake up now, if you don't get up and start fighting, you are writing your own death sentence. Because weakness is a disease. It rots you from the inside. It kills your ambition. It blinds you to opportunity. And if you let it, it will destroy everything you could have been. You say you don't have time. Let me tell you what real time is. Time is watching your dreams die while you scroll through meaningless distractions. Time is feeling your body weaken because you are too lazy to train it. Time is watching others win while you sit in the same place being wondering why life isn't fair. That is what time really is. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Because the truth is, you are either growing or decaying. There is no in between. Every single day you are either getting stronger or getting weaker. And if you don't start fighting now, if you don't kill your weakness while you still have the chance it will consume you, you will become the very thing you fear most: a failure. And no one will save you. Not your family, not your friends, not even God. Because God gave you everything you needed to win. He protected you when the devil came for your soul. He gave you strength when you should have broken. He gave you time when you should have been buried. But if you throw all that away, if you waste his gift, then you don't deserve to win. So let me ask you again, are you ready to fight for your future? Or are you just waiting to die? Because you can either be the man who changed his life, or the man who wasted it. The choice is yours. And the clock is still ticking. The rise, the devil tried to destroy you, but God protected you enough. Enough weakness. Enough excuses. Enough wasting time. You've spent too long waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to come along and fix your life. No more waiting. You were protected for a reason. You were given another chance for a reason. And that reason is simple: you are not done. The enemy tried to bury you. Life tried to break you. But they failed. And now it's your turn to fight back. Because this is the moment everything changes. This is where you stop running. This is where you stop making excuses. This is where you take control of your life and rip apart every limitation that has held you back. The pain, the struggle, the war, good. It means you still have something left in you. It means you haven't been defeated. It means you can still rise. So rise. Get up. Stand tall. Take every scar, every wound, every ounce of suffering and turn it into fuel. Because you were not put here to be average. You were not put here to blend in with the weak. You were put here to dominate. To conquer. To break every chain and rise from the ashes stronger than ever before. But listen to me, this won't be easy. Because rising, that means leaving behind the old you, the weak you, the coward you, the you that hit snooze, the you that stayed comfortable, the you that said tomorrow while life passed you by. That version of you, it dies today. From this moment forward, there is no turning back. No more hesitation, no more doubts, no more weakness, only war. And in war, there are no breaks, no shortcuts, no mercy. You fight every day, you train every day, you push every day, you suffer every day. Because every time you push through the pain, every time you refuse to quit, every time you silence the voice of doubt, you get stronger. And the stronger you get, the more dangerous you become. Because the world fears a man who cannot be broken. The world fears a man who is supposed to fall but refused to stay down. That is who you were meant to be. The enemy tried to destroy you. but God protected you. And now you show them why that was the biggest mistake they ever made. This is your time. This is your rise. And no one will stop you. But the devil tried to destroy you, but God protected you. No more questions, no more choices. Only one command: get up and move. You don't have time to think. You don't have time to doubt. You don't have time to wait for the right moment. This is war, and in war, hesitation is death. So decide right now, are you going to stay weak, or are you going to become unstoppable? Because there is no middle ground. You don't get to try. You don't get to hope. You don't get to see how it goes. You either do the work, or you stay a failure. You either push through the pain, or you stay broken. You either fight, or you die where you stand. You are out of excuses. You are out of second chances. God gave you this moment. He kept you alive when everything was trying to destroy you. And if you wasted it, if you let this be just another speech you listen to and forget, then you deserve the pain that's coming. Because life doesn't wait for the weak. Life doesn't slow down for the ones who can't keep up. Life crushes them. But you are different. You have fire inside you. You have a war inside you. You have a purpose inside you. So stop hiding from it. Burn the weakness out of you. Kill the fear inside you. And take what's yours. Because no one will hand it to you. No one will save you. No one will care if you fail. But if you rise, if you fight, if you refuse to stay down, they will never forget your name. So this is your command: stand up, lock in, and go to war. There is no tomorrow. Your time is now up.